I want to teach you how I make money. And even more importantly than how I make money, that was like one to get you really interested in this episode, because can you imagine if you never had to worry about money again? How much would your life change? Because women aren't necessarily after the money. It's not necessarily the money that fully motivates us. It's what the money can do for you and your family. And this is a high income skill that anyone can master. Anyone that is willing to put in the energy and effort can solve all of their money problems. And as adults, most of our problems, most of our challenges, not all of them, but a good majority of things that are frustrating you right now, that are exhausting you right now, that are draining you right now, if you had an infinite amount of money, it could probably solve a lot of those problems. Again, not every single problem, but so many of them. So we get to prioritize this becoming a skill that you can do so well. As amazing as you do other things, right? Like, think of the thing that you're really, really, really good at. At one point you weren't. This is a skill that you can learn and you can get so good at. It's about putting in the energy and effort, and over time you will get better. So if you could imagine all of your challenges that could go away with money right now, if I said 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and they're all gone, wouldn't it be worth it to make that happen, right? Like, you wouldn't fight me. You wouldn't fight me if I'm like, okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, every challenge, every problem, every frustration currently in your reality that can be solved with money is just wiped clean, right? You wouldn't be like, no, don't do that. You'd be like, oh my gosh, really? Like, oh, it's happening? And then like it happens and you're kind of like looking around and you're like, am I dreaming? Is this real life? And then it'll sink in that it is your reality, that it is real life. And then your reality changes. And guess what? You have that power. You do. It may not happen in 5 seconds, but we can make some serious progress very, very, very quickly. And it is about taking the responsibility. It is about prioritizing you getting so good at this high income skill and not stopping until you have reached what you've wanted to accomplish, right? Like, when a woman is so focused and determined, she is unstoppable. And it does not mean that you're perfect, and it doesn't mean that you don't have fears, and it doesn't mean that it's going to be exactly how you think it's going to go. But the cool part about you having this high income skill is that you know that you're going to figure it out. So a shout out to our sponsor of this episode today, which is Francesca with Frankie's Fab Designs. If you have not checked her out, she is so amazing. She has a private Facebook group, and I just want to share a little bit about what she's up to. So she creates handcrafted treasures that add a touch of whimsy and elegance to your everyday life. From dazzling beaded accessories to personalized custom tumblers. I'm a sucker for cups. Like, I love a good cup. Stylish shirts, and all infused with tons of love and creativity and a dash of sparkle, yes please, into everything that we make. And the world is better when you have a cute cup and some sparkles. I'm just gonna say that. So make sure you check out her Facebook group, and she's always posting in there, has amazing opportunities to purchase, shop local. These could be great teacher gifts, holiday gifts. So please check her out and give her some love on social media. So, you ready to solve some problems? Okay. So the thing that I know to do is you can only focus on solving your problems first. Because when you become so amazing at solving your own problems, you're going to then be able to help other people. Because you'll be so confident in helping other people solve their problems, aka being an entrepreneur. That's what it means to be an entrepreneur. People have problems and challenges that they're willing to spend money on, and then that's where you come in, right? Your product, program, services, etc. solve a certain problem, okay, that people are willing to spend money for, and that's why they spend money on it. It either saves them time, it either makes them money, saves them money, brings more joy into their life, brings more connection into their life, etc. It solves a specific problem or problems. So if you are feeling frustrated about your money, you get to be a student. You get to become obsessed. You get to create this high income skill first for yourself, then translate that to your business. And it will change your life. It will. There is not a problem that I cannot solve. It sometimes annoys my husband because he's like, okay, I love you, but I just need you to, I just need someone to vent to. I don't need you to solve my problems. I've had friends in the past have to put me in check because they're same thing with my husband. I love you, but I don't need you to solve my problems. I just need a friend. So I've gotten better because sometimes people don't want me to solve their problems. And this is what makes me such a good mentor, is because when people are paying me, it's I'm activated. I'm let's go, let's figure it out. But I can't do it. I can only do my part. And so I've been really working on not taking all the responsibility, because then I'm not teaching you the high income skill, right? As much as I would love to just scoop up every problem that you're having in your business, every problem that you're having in your life, and just be that fairy godmother, I really wish I could. But at the end of the day, it's not teaching you the high income skill. And when you can learn the high income skill, then you'll be set for life. You'll be set for life. I was telling my husband, I was just looking at marketing positions in Columbus, Ohio, because I was I'm curious what they're going for. What's the going rate for a really good marketer? And so in Columbus, Ohio, they're paying top dollar for really good marketers because they know the value of marketing, what problem that they solve. And so when you're really good at high income skills, people are willing to spend a significant amount of money with you, no matter what you're doing. So even if you're not in the business space, if you're really good at solving problems in the health and fitness space, or if you're really good at crafting, right? This does not have to be just for people that are in the business world. This is everyone. And so you getting really good at solving your own problems will translate to every category of your life, every aspect of your business, because then you're never stuck. You are never stuck. There's always a solution because you're a master at problem solving. Okay, so I'm going to teach you what I do. It's very, very simple. On the left, you're going to write down every current challenge and problem that is frustrating you, that is draining you right now. Okay, so we're just going to pretend that this is somebody that I'm working with right now. Okay, so she may write down, okay, what's draining me right now is she has no energy. Okay, so that's a problem. That's a challenge. She has no, I wrote problem. She has no energy. Okay, maybe she wants, maybe she's having a challenge with getting clients. Okay, so that's a struggle right now, getting clients. Maybe she is so overwhelmed and exhausted with all of her tasks. So stress around task management. A lot of people in this world hide every problem, hide every challenge because they're embarrassed. But hiding your problems and challenges and not solving them is just going to make them worse. Truly. If we continue to not have energy, the longer you stay in no energy, it's going to be harder and more frustrating to then get more energy, right? Same thing with not getting clients. If we just avoid the problem as painful or as embarrassing or whatever the feelings are, avoiding it and hiding it from yourself and others is just going to make it worse, right? So when I teach you this, it doesn't feel embarrassing because you're like, oh, I'm just working through and solving a problem. That's all that I'm doing. It's not, oh, I suck, right? And you're just screaming from the rooftops, you have no energy. That's staying in the problem. So until we start to shift the energy, whether you're avoiding it or you're just saying out loud, this sucks, I have this problem, but we're not doing anything about it, you're staying stuck. You are, and you're choosing to stay stuck. And there's always a choice to choose again, no matter what it is, whether it's in your personal life, your business, if it's big or small. High income skills are applicable to everything. Everything, whether it's a big challenge, a small challenge, if it's in your life, if it's in your business, the high income skill of solving problems and making more money, it is applicable to every aspect, in every way, in every industry. That's why this is so powerful of how to really get, to work on getting better at this and becoming a master, okay? So no energy that this person has. She's having a hard time getting clients. She's stressed about her tasks. Maybe she's overwhelmed in her home. Like there's just constant dishes and laundry and messes everywhere and clutter, right? So I'm just gonna write the home is frustrating her, okay? This is again, just somebody that we're making up right now because I wanna teach you, okay, how to do this, okay? So this is where we start to put our thinking caps on, okay? Do you have to know every solution? No, and sometimes we only know what we know. However, you're a very smart, intelligent woman. Give yourself some credit, okay? Before you run to other people, whether you're paying them or not, again, if you want to get better at this high income skill, you've got to get the party started. So how you do this is choose, okay? So let's start with something small, okay? So let's start with the tasks, okay? So when you're ready, because you got to be ready. And it's not like a day is going to come where you're like, I am so ready to tackle this challenge or this problem. But are you done suffering, right? Like, are you done suffering? It has been enough. And really what I would love is for you to solve the problem before that happens. Like the faster we can solve problems, the better, but start with something small. Okay. And then you're going to choose. What am I going to do about it? What am I going to do about it? So that's when we start to shift, okay? And we start to solve the problem, okay? So asking yourself the wealthy question of what am I going to do about it? You may have an answer that comes up, okay? So let's pretend that this person can't think of a solution because that does happen, okay? So if you rack your brain and you're like, I don't know what to do. It's overwhelming, right? And when you're in that low energy, it can be a lot to try to get in a high energy and think of a solution. It can. But again, we don't have to stay stuck. Even when you're in that low energy, we don't have to stay stuck. So if you can't think of a solution, okay, then what I want you to do is be resourceful. Who in your life is really good at task management? Does anyone come to mind, right? So this is really reaching out to your network, whether that's a friend or a mentor, a peer, and you're gonna send them a message. Because when someone's close in your network, they care about you, okay? So you're gonna say something along the lines of, again, we're not hiding here. Hey, I know you're really good at task management. Would you be willing to help me? I'm really struggling with this, okay? And they may say yes, they may say no, they may ask you follow-up questions, but you doing that activity is already getting you in solutions mode. Now, we also don't wait. As wealthy women, we don't wait. Maybe you send one or two of those messages. They may not immediately respond unless they're in your home or, if you work in an office type of thing. So if we don't get an immediate response, don't wait. We don't wait as wealthy women. So then go to Google, go to ChatGPT, and literally type in tools for task management. A lot of the task management softwares have free trials. So you may not know what software is out there, but you could go to Google, right? Which is another like type of person, right? You can go to ChatGPT and say tools for task management. Then maybe we sign up for like one or two of those softwares and we start playing in there. You could also go to YouTube and say, tips for task management. You could go to Audible and type in task management, right? When we don't have the solutions, it's because it's most likely not our zone of genius, right? The low energy is happening, but also it's not our zone of genius. Like when I started training for my full marathon, although I've done long distance, I did this exact formula. I don't know what I don't know. So let me go learn, right? Let me go learn. And so I started asking my network, I started finding resources, and I found a running schedule based on feedback that I read and feedback that people in the running community shared with me. And then I fused that with what I knew would work for me. And it's been so beautiful because even as I've been training for my full marathon, I've had to create I've had to solve additional challenges. So one day when I was running long distance, my phone died. And I'm like, oh, this can't happen. So what do? I need an extended battery, right? I was getting so thirsty during my long distance runs where it was affecting my running. So what did I do? I went to Amazon and said running backpack with a built-in water bottle. That sucker got here within literally like less than a day. And my most recent run, I used it and I had a way better run because I purchased a tool, right? I purchased a backpack that has the running water built in, right? The built-in water. And so my run was so much more enjoyable. I had an extended battery. This is what I'm talking about. If I would have continued to run and train for the marathon and my phone kept dying, I continued to stay thirsty, that's staying in the problem. We cannot be mad. Like, this is unhinged, tough love, Nellie. If you continue to stay in a problem, whether it's a big problem or a small problem, for a long period of time, like, you can't be mad. You can't be frustrated. And what I mean by that is you're choosing to stay stuck, right? You are choosing to stay stuck. Like, if you have a pain in the butt client and they drain your energy, they never pay on time, you're so frustrated, but you don't do anything about it, you can't be mad. You are choosing to stay in that problem. And misery and negativity and frustration are like a cancer. And the longer you feed it, the longer you stay there. And then it almost feels impossible, right, to get out of it. It is possible, but it feels harder to get out of it. And so that's why I want you to get so good at this, because the faster you shift into problem-solving mode for yourself, the better. Now, again, we want to be mindful of people that are in your world, because not everyone wants you to solve their problems. Unless they are paying you, not everyone in your world wants you to solve their problems. But you get so good at solving your own problems, and then we get to apply that to your business of how can we solve more problems for who you're trying to support. Because when that energetic exchange happens of the money and the product, they do want you to solve their problems, okay? So we're always gonna rack our brain first because you're an intelligent woman, okay? Then we're gonna go to our network, okay? Whether you're paying somebody or a peer, we wanna be respectful of people's time. And also, like, they may send you to a course that you can purchase, right? Like, you never have to do anything you're not willing to do, but let's also be respectful of people's time. Like, people have reached out to me saying, hey, I know you're really good at marketing. Can you help me? I'm like, absolutely. Let's book a call. And sometimes people don't like that, but this is how I provide for my family. And it is a boundary because this is what I do for a living. Now, also, sometimes people send me really fun things that aren't what I do for a living, and I'm happy to give feedback, right? Like, people have sent me like, would you wear this shirt with this? And I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, I would, right? And so we get to get clear on our boundaries from a business owner standpoint, because if what you do for a living is solving XYZ problems, you get to get paid for it, right? Like, that's you showing up at your job, and we get to get paid, and it gets to feel good. And we're also okay if someone else doesn't see that. That's okay. And equally, you can always point them to free content, right? Free things that you have, if they're not in a position to pay too, okay? So you getting all the ideas, all the support, starts to create a to-do list, which then what I want you to do is, once you have your to-do list of your problem solving, then I want you to rip it. This is very intentional. You are walking away, over here. You are walking away from the problems because you're starting to solve them. They do, even if they're still in your reality, you are literally, it's like you're making confetti, okay? If this was like colored paper, it'd be so much more fun, okay? But this is a very powerful, energetic activity that you can do. And then you have confetti that someone else has to clean up. No, I'm just kidding. But like, throw this away. Throw it away. Because now you have your to-do list. You have your problem-solving to-do list. You could even start separating it. Okay, I'll just do one of these. You could literally cut these into individual pieces, okay? Because now we have a to-do list of each and every challenge and problem that you can literally be like, okay, today, this is my mission. Or this week, this is my mission. Or this month. Trying to solve all of your problems at the exact same time is not what I would recommend. But can we get the party started, right? What action can we take? Because you're already in problem solving mode the minute you rip up that paper, the minute you do one tiny thing. But I want you to feel empowered through this whole process, which is why we're always going to rack your brain first, which is why we're going to take extreme responsibility, which is why we're not going to stop until we reach the level that we want to reach with every single category. Every single category. At one point, saving money used to feel so hard and challenging. Paying off debt, same thing. Losing weight, same thing. Marketing, even for me, used to feel like when I was at the beginning phases of my journey, I'm like, how do I do this? At one point, I didn't have a PayPal. At one point, I didn't have digital products. At one point, I didn't have a team, right? So the people that you look up to that have things that you want solved problems for themselves, which should just be evidence that you can do this too, okay? So this is what I want you to run with. Rip up the other page or the other side of the page and start to take action. One teeny tiny mini step at a time. And you will start to create so much momentum, belief, confidence, clarity, relief. And isn't that what you desire? Isn't that what you desire? I am no longer available for holding people to their problems. If you are not ready to solve problems, do not work with me. Truly. Like, I love you, but I'm not going to feed the energy of you staying stuck. I'm just not. Like, I will love you and I will put on my tennis shoes and work with you every step of the way. We will not be perfect. We will make messy, or we'll take messy action together. But the vibe has got to be, if you are in my world, the vibe has got to be, I'm ready to shift. I'm ready to do what it takes. Even better, I'm already doing it, right? Like, how can you help me, right? Like, what else can I do, right? Like, what do you see? What feedback do you have, right? Like, we are energy partners. So our energy has to be aligned. And I'm like really stepping up my game and standing firm in my energetic boundaries, because it's not just physical boundaries. We get to step up our game with our energetic boundaries. And so that's really what I'm doing. And I need people to be on the right side of the problem solving, which is literally, I'm going to solve the problem, and we're going to do it together, right? Because that's how you literally will get everything you desire. Every single thing that you desire, including money, right? This activity will help you do. So now you know. Now you know. Whether you pay me $1 or not, now you know. If your home is overwhelming you, this will work. If your finances are overwhelming you, this will work. If your health and fitness is frustrating you, this will work. Your marriage, this will work. Even if it doesn't end in a result of you being together, you'll solve the problem of it not feeling great, right? Friendships, same thing. Business on the back end, team, right? Every single problem can be solved with this activity. There are solutions all around you. Become obsessed, change your whole entire life. I can't wait for you. And if there's anything that I can do and you're ready to be energetic partners, I'm open and available for people that are ready to step up their game and be energetic partners. So I love you. Go solve problems, go make more money, and live your best life.